when you guys injured with no body tricks.
After that whole battle on stage, Rayted-R came up to me. Rest in peace, Rayted-R. It's like, why are you dissing body tricks, man?
Listen.
Everyone already done their bathroom breaks and shit?
Okay, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
1 2 1 2. Welcome to the Skratcher Podcast Show. We got my man PJilla, Jovie J, Slippee, and DJ Rayted-R. And we are honored to have this icon with us. And he's the original funky drummer, the goat of stabs, Invisbl Skratch Piklz, beat junkies, triple threat DJs, Skratcher OG Ninong. Y'all know who it is, DJ Shortkut.
Hey, yes, that's what's up. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on, y'all?
Welcome,
Hey, Short.
welcome.
It's a Saturday. Why are you here with us? Aren't you supposed to be working right now?
That's what's
Man, I've
up.
been gigging last month and a half. I had a gig every Saturday, so this is actually a blessing.
Yo, damn. We just caught you in a good time.
Yeah, I had a gig last Saturday. I had a gig, so
Damn.
Where
And then
were
you
you?
were, yeah, exactly. Where were you?
I was in the city. Me and Q DJ'd with Anderson .Paak.
Oh, what?
Oh, that's what Zoe was talking about. That was last weekend.
Yeah, that was last week. That was dope.
That's what's up.
Oh, that's sick, man. Where has been the craziest place you've traveled to for a gig?
Craziest?
Craziest. I don't care what continent. Go for it.
I wouldn't say crazy, but just a kind of weird situation. It was Mexico City.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Yeah. Just some promoter BS. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
no.
try to get over on me, but it was but it's cool. I mean, like I said, every city's a different vibe, and I'm just thankful to go to these different cities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would say nothing too crazy, but like I think this, if you're saying a dope city, I mean like a sick city.
Yeah, your favorite?
My favorite probably Moscow.
Whoa,
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Probably one of my biggest fans, but like on some, like when I go there and then people come out to see me, definitely Moscow. Moscow and St. Petersburg, like Russia in a whole.
Right.
Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Holy.
I've
What
been out
kind
there
of
with
cuisine? What kind of cuisine do they serve you in Russia?
Japanese,
What? What?
Japanese, Italian, like some of the best pizza I ever had.
What?
Oh man, I don't mess with any of the Russian food when I'm out there, but
That's crazy.
They tend to be more friendlier to Americans. Not like Drago and
I don't get caught up in all I don't get caught up in all the political bullshit when I go to a different city. I mean, it's the people outweigh all the bullshit that you see on TV.
100.
It's like so like
That's real.
I mean, the Scratchers out there. I mean, needless, you guys know all the guys out there. Like, they're sick,
Killers.
and their scene is pretty damn strong. So
Yeah.
I admire that. Yeah. So
As far as in cutters, these Scratchers in Russia, like, what is the first popping mind in Russia?
oh, Chell.
Shell.
Shell.
Yeah, they're dope.
I've done a couple of sessions with him. Like, I judged the battle that he was in, and then I did a couple of shows with him. Good, like they just got the love for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's pretty much everywhere that I've been. Thankfully, I got to meet like all the main cats who scratch and just just got the genuine love for it. That's one thing that's good that's awesome about this community that we have is we don't have to speak their language, but when you go there, what I'm saying, we all know what time it is. Once we get on the cut, no one says nothing, but when you hear it in their cuts, right? So that's pretty dope.
As far as in like cuts, like languages and stuff like that, for the newcomer, what do you recommend for that newcomer? Do you recommend transforming, stabs, chirps? Like, what do you recommend?
I suggest listening to the OGs. Besides me, besides Q, besides McMaster White, again, anyone pre-Piklz, listen to them. Listen to, I'll always say it, listen to these 6 people. Listen to Miz, Aladdin, Joe Cooley. Listen to them for transforming. Oh, also, Jazzy Jeff, Cash Money. Damn, I'm missing somebody else. Horrible. But those are the main cats I listened to coming up. You know what I mean? Like when there was no VHS tapes to watch before there was YouTube, and of course, you know what I mean. Like, but I mean, I would just try to copy what I heard on the record. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And if you listen to those guys, that's one thing I miss from cutting is just that raw funk. You know what I mean? And you know, like I'm a disciple of Aladdin. You know what I mean? Joe Cooley, those guys, Miz, especially Miz. Miz is like one of the underrated cutters that no one really talks about. But to me, I think he hits certain scratches that I still haven't heard a lot of people, you know, hit.
Wow.
You know
How do you spell that so cats can look it up like me? So I can look
it's
it up.
DJ. It's Miz, short for Misery, M-I-Z. He was the 1989 world champion for the New Music Seminar.
Okay.
Sick.
He went against Aladdin in the world championships. So if you watch it on YouTube, you'll see, and you'll see why. Like if you listen to a song called "We Don't Play," Freshco and Miz, and you'll hear like he does a solo on there that I think still is probably one of the sickest solos on record.
Damn.
So
Check it out.
yeah, man.
You and Ray, I swear, are stab kings, and for real.
Yeah, I know Ray gets down.
Hey, you know what? I gotta tell you, Short. Like the stabs were inspired by you, bro. Like I know I was watching the Vestex Extravaganza '99, like all summer before I even got turntables, and that's what stood out. So like I was like, I want to try that. I remember I would get sore and have my grandma massage my triceps. Dude. I was like, Lola, it hurts. Bro, yeah, man. I was just like, cause like when you were just busting like that, like dude,
You know,
it's fun.
It's a line switch scratcher. I learned how to scratch on a Newmark 1150, so I didn't start with a crossfader to scratch. So with that line switch, that's why I learned so many transforms, but especially stabs, because it's just an on and off switch basically, right? So just fork, jump, up, down, and but then when I listen to guys like Mixmaster Ice and again, like I said, the OGs, man, like just listen to the way their funk is just different from anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And then I listen to, after hanging out with Mixmaster Mike and Q at an early age, just listen to how they stab. You know, I try to mimic like the way I transform in stabs. You know what I'm saying? Because transform, you can go really fast.
That's
Right.
crazy.
So I try like I wish I had my shit on so I could show you. But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so you know it's and I think. And Ray, I don't know if you might agree with me on this one. I think stab is the most accurate sounding, like if to test anything. If you want to test like software or anything like, or drifting or any of that stuff, it's a stab. Stabs don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Like
They really don't, man. They're on point.
yeah, it's basically you'll tell if you're not at the tip of the sound anymore. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Never thought of that.
Yeah, it's a that's why I still. I don't know. It's the most honest scratch that there is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's crazy. Like,
much.
yeah, we got. I'm gonna use that from now on. Like what you just said. Like stabs is like the most honest scratch there is out there.
Well, I mean, maybe I'm just playing favorites because I love doing them, but I think transform. I'm kind of in between transforms and stabs because transforms definitely is that's the most. I think stabs is the most. I mean, transforms are the most. I don't know. It shows some DJ's personality.
Yes. I emphasize this every time.
Right?
Yeah.
I always tell them if you want to learn funk and flow, like start with transforms because
So always start with transforms.
It's really like a rhythm at the end of the day, you know.
It's like playing a
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's legit.
That's big.
You know what I noticed too with when you cut, like compared to just using the crossfader, you would always use the up fader a lot.
Yeah, because again, that's because of the Newmark. I'll use up and down switch. That's why it's just it's and I scratch hamster. So when I first started, I was turntable mixer.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So if you ever see me do 45 sets now, I always set it up that way. Like when I just did a show at Coco a couple of weeks ago in LA. And I set up my turntable mixer.
Wow.
Because the mixer, that's the turntable that's closest to the mixer. If you have it set up that way, you're reverse. But then at the same time, I had to learn how to cut regular to the far left turntable. You know what I'm saying?
You know what tripped me out one time? You came up here to Seattle, and you're at Shibuya, and you're cutting on the rotary.
Oh yeah.
And we're all tripping like this guy's for real cutting on a rotary, dude. That's crazy.
Hey man. Well, I mix house too, so I'm used to DJing on rotaries. So, but but hey man, when you got stuff, you got to work with what's in front of you, right?
Damn, dude.
Yes, that's how I practice too.
Do you have a rotary mixer at home?
No, I don't. But I'm trying to get one of those euphonias. The new Alpha Theta ones.
Yeah.
I seen that at NAMM. That shit was tight.
They're like freaking 4K, man.
Damn.
I didn't even know there was that much. Holy.
Yo, Short, what's your prized mixer? If you had to choose out of all the mixers you've ever owned, what's your favorite back there? What's the one?
Which one would you
Short's a
save?
Gear junkie.
This is one of them.
Gemini.
The Gemini.
Which one is it? MX 2200.
Gemini.
This is the other 2200. I got
22.
so this is the 2200 that everyone knows.
Right. Oh, okay.
I remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the one that Scratch uses. I got Scratch deal. I get my mixer signed.
Damn.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's Jazzy Jeff, Cash Money, Scratch. But then this is the one on. If you look at the Rock the House, Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince album, in the back, this is like the one with the transfer with.
Bro, that looks so
brand
mint.
new.
Yeah.
That looks
brand
so
new.
mint.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
I know it's brand new, man.
That's
Yeah.
brand new.
I mean, I'm a vintage mixer junkie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you find that like the first time you actually spotted it, that one was mint, like, or did you like find other ones that were the same one, like all beat up though? That
No.
looks crazy.
I mean, shit. I even keep the damn box.
What? That's rad.
What?
That's
That's
it.
what you gotta do nowadays, bro.
I'll probably bust it out if I do like an all vinyl set, maybe.
Sick.
That's hard.
Dude, that's dope. Cause usually for us, like sneaker guys, we keep the box too, but never thought about keeping the box for a mixer, dude. That's crazy.
It's just like how you preserve your shoes, preserve the mixer. But since I do my live streams, that's the decoration.
Damn.
Moving's gotta suck.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Moving sucks.
Yep.
Look at all those records, man. There's probably even more than that, huh, Short?
Dude.
Yo, Short. Origin of your name.
Origin of my name. When I first started, I had to step on a milk crate to get to the turntables. The guy who taught me how to DJ named me Shortkut. Short, because I cut. I started to learn how to DJ, but first thing I started to learn how to do was scratch. So
How old?
12.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn. Been doing this since 12.
Holy.
How old were you when Q wanted you on his squad?
18.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, 6 years.
My first I wasn't that part of the crew yet, but Q, Mike, and Apollo always judged a lot of my battles here in the Bay Area. And then but then like Mike ended up moving back to Sacramento. Apollo ended up being a Souls of Mischiefs DJ. So me, DJ Disc, and Q hanged out a lot. And when Q had shows locally, I would end up helping Q. Like he would invite me to go on with him for his shows.
Sick.
And then from there, it started with me, Disc, and Q. We became the Turntable Dragons.
Right.
That's right.
Crazy.
Red told us.
Oh yeah, I saw that clip that Red said. Yep, that Red. That's
Okay, yeah.
accurate.
But
That's
keep
totally-
going.
totally-
Yeah, keep going.
Totally accurate. But
Accurate, okay.
and then I guess there was a time of when I wasn't around when Mixmaster Mike, Q, and Disc were hanging out, and I think it was one of them came up with Invisbl Piklz. I don't know why. I still to this day have no idea why. They must have been doing something crazy that day, but I don't know if you guys heard the story from Rhett, but like we were live on a radio show in LA, and Disc called in. Oh yeah, we're not called the Turntable Dragons no more. What are you guys called now? The Invisbl Skratch Piklz, dude. In the back, I'm like, what? I'm like, fuck, I guess.
It's the most random name too. It's like
You know what?
random words.
I mean, it's just as random as, because remember the bulletproof scratch hamsters were around before the scratch.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
It was the era.
So I just show, so you know that it's kind of that funny name thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Frisco is just on some other shit. Yeah. So.
So that's how you met Q. How did you meet D?
How did I meet D? I met him at a local battle. We were in this battle in San Jose that he had. That they had a series of battles that led to one big battle. But he went to the battle that I was in, and he had won like the previous one before that. And then we had, just talked and linked up, and we had the same, he invited me over to his crib to cut it up, and then we just ended up cutting it up. And
Hold on, you said D.
D won one of the finals to that battle.
Oh, okay.
Like there's 5 battles, and then he won one of them. I didn't win one of them, but I always ended up hanging out with him.
That's
And,
crazy.
And then just how it goes, man. Like that's how you hook up with, how you make crews, man. You use like-minded folks, and
Yeah.
you guys know, you guys cipher well. It's power of numbers, man. That's why you guys got Skratcher. That's why I think it's so dope. There's no crews, like how it used to be like during my time, but the fact that you have a community worldwide of Skratcher is dope. Like that.
Yeah.
You need that. You guys, that needs to happen.
Yeah,
Needs to
thanks,
happen.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Of course, man.
Yo, out of all those guys, who's the wild one? Who's the wildest?
Man, everyone's. I mean, you guys know everybody from the crew, man. Everyone's a fucking character, man. And
Yeah.
Who's the most out of pocket? Who's the most?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty much subjective choice, because all you have to do is watch Turntable TV and make a choice.
Oh, you already know.
Yo,
I think I'm the
Tori-
most.
Tori
I think I'm the.
Garcia.
I think I'm the most chillest one, just because
You're
Like-
the most level-headed one.
Well,
definitely.
I'm just looking at these cats like you motherfuckers are crazy.
yeah.
Like shit that man, we would get really in trouble if someone saw this shit right now.
Yo, for
Yeah.
example, like
Q is pretty
turntable.
wild.
Yeah, no doubt. Like for example, like watching turntable mechanics. Like, or was it turntable mechanics? Yeah, it was.
Yep.
Bro, like you
Yeah.
and D just walking in, and him, dressed as what was it, Dr. Flog or Mr. whatever.
Mhm.
Bro, like, and beating you guys down with a meter stick. Like, I don't think you guys even knew that was coming.
No. And just the fact that he was able to catch down on film, that's pretty much okay. Cool, we got it. Like, I'm here to cut.
I feel like a lot of the turntable TVs and all them is really random and sporadic. Like it's never been written, or
Well,
it's always
You know what? I think it was genius of Yoga Frog and Q to think of doing that, because it's like, when they did that, I agreed with them. Like, yo, man, there's just cats around the world who want to see what we do.
Exactly.
Like, hear us cut, see us cut, but then see how we live our lives around the thing, on the daily. So that's cool. I mean, it's good. I'm glad. I didn't really think about.
It was fun.
I didn't think about documenting anything really back
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
days, because I just do my thing, and I'm to me that's more of my time for me to be in the store digging.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But they took it upon themselves really to they made it a thing to really document
before
everything. So
vlogging
that's
was
up.
cool
Before
Right.
vlogging was cool.
Yeah.
for real.
I think that like that all stems off from also like the whole skate culture. You know how when skate,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? It's like just doing their art or their them skating, and then just
Yeah.
like also filming the most random shit.
But all that random shit is inspiring too.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. No, I think because of Turntable TV, I feel like it also spawned this turntablist lifestyle. We all followed that after. You know what I mean? Like you guys were into like giant Japanese robots, so did we. We got into it, or either we got into it or we were already in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it goes to show like your guys' personality and your guys how you guys mesh together. It was like inspiring for guys like us who also had other homies. Like, yo, he's a shortcut of our crew. Oh, he's the DJ Flair of our crew. You know what I mean? Like we related to those videos, and we look forward every single time when there was a new release. It's dope.
And it's a trip. It's like the reach that those videos got is still amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
when I go to different parts of the world, like, yo, man, the Attack of the Robots. I'm like, how do you know that? How do you fucking know this? But like, it's dope, man. I'm thankful that they got around as much as they did, and and that like I said, man, I'm a bedroom DJ at heart, so I don't really know I don't really trip off. I mean, I should, but I didn't really trip off how much reach you got, you know.
Yeah.
But it was dope. I mean, it's dope that it influenced that much folks and generations to come, you know. So
Definitely.
Hey, sure. I didn't want to segue too much from like the DJing stuff, but I gotta ask you, man. Outside of scratching, DJing, anything music related, were you a gamer or have any hobbies? No. That's just like a Street Fighter guy.
Just this.
Ah.
Just this. I mean, I play Street Fighter. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That's just fun for you. I'll put a quarter up.
Who's your guy?
Yeah.
Who's your guy?
E Honda.
Oh shit.
You like the sushi at the end, huh? Okay.
I do I do the short headbutts like everyone who plays Ken Ryu with the uppercut.
Damn.
That is powerful. Yeah.
Quick.
That's powerful.
Yeah. But I'm probably the biggest DJ nerd you'll ever meet, man. Like, that's why, dude, I collect mixers, bro. Like, it just shows you like how much I'm into this shit.
Hey, Short, I heard a routine. Sorry, I heard a rumor. I know you dig, but you also got other guys digging for you from different countries. No.
Nope.
Damn. Okay.
Why would I do that?
No, but I mean, like, you're looking for something, and then you get like, okay, I can't get it in front of me, but some other dude's looking out for you. No.
No. I think the biggest joy of digging is being able to, when you find it, like,
Okay.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
fucking, that's why it's it's been my addiction since I was before DJing, man.
Damn. Okay.
I could back in the days when I was still a kid, a 12-inch was fucking $3. I only got $1 for lunch every day. I still want to eat, but I know $1 would get me 1.45. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I've been collecting 45s since forever.
Damn. Okay.
But 12 inches is just damn. Like now it's like I said, it's too many.
Yeah.
Do you still online dig?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like, what do you use to online dig?
Discogs. There's a couple. I'm in a couple of like circles of just record dealers from around the world. Like they'll give me I just tell them, yo, just flip through whatever you came up on, and they'll just film themselves kind of just flipping through a thing, and like right there, I want this, I want that.
What?
Yeah. And then it's cool. Like that's the fun part is like having friends from around the world, especially Jamaica. Like all my homies in Jamaica, like
Oh damn.
getting all the Jamaican pressings of hip hop and stuff, like the club stuff. Like I'm always after that. So.
Speaking of which, are you making a dance hall mixtape? Because I love your mixed dance hall.
Oh, right on, man. Oh, thank you. I haven't made one in a long time, but I'm still heavy into it. You know what I mean? Like I'm a resident on Damian Marley's Jam Rock cruise, so like I still DJ. I still play reggae and dance hall. I still collect dub plates. I always try to get when me and the Junkies put our money together, we always try to get an artist to do a song for us. You know what I'm saying? So
Dope.
but yeah, man, it's just, I mean, like I said, their culture too. It's just DJ.
Yeah.
It's DJ grid driven, so that's why I relate to it so much.
Speaking of Junkies, like how old were you when you got signed on? I know you got signed on to Beat Junkies before Piklz, right?
Yes. 17.
17. Damn.
Wow.
And how did they find you?
Right out of high school. So me and D Styles drove down to LA for the DMC. He was entering. I didn't enter, but he entered. I drove down with him. That's where we met Rayted-R. Rayted-R, whenever I knew him because of his mixtapes. I got his mixtape. I forgot where I got his mixtape from, but like, yo, we got this crew called the Beat Junkies. You should come down and kick it with us, man, because we hook up with Cypher. Oh, yeah. Cool. So me and D, Rhett and DJ Havoc took us down to DJ Curse's house. That's where we met Melody, J-Rock, DJ What, Sweet Pea. Actually, a Rectangle was part of the crew at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we've been told.
We're
Yep.
tripping on
So,
that one. Yeah.
so yeah, just hooking up with them. It was really my first taste of hooking up with LA cats, and then I wasn't part of the crew. So we just hooked up with them, kept hooking up, and then there was another battle that happened in LA called the Unfailable Battle, and in that battle was me, Rhett-Matic, J-Rock, this dude Fat Box. I don't know if you heard of him.
Red mentioned.
He's a Coolio's DJ.
Right.
And then but after that battle, seeing them again, then we ended up hooking up with them more. And then I think Rhett got in J-Rock's ear, like, yo, can we let him in, like, and from there, like we always just kept hooking up.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Just hearing your story is connecting with Rhett's story and D's story now.
I know,
and
it's so dope.
It's
So good,
beautiful
so
to hear
good.
this right now.
Oh yeah, you know, it was great times, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know, the flare just came out, so me and D were showing them how to do the flare, how to do an orbit,
Mm-hmm.
and then the one-click flare, you know, the OG flare, just like, you know, stuff like that. Just, you know, like I said, make like-minded folks who are just hella down to learn and just kind of share information. And man, I'm just thankful we're still a crew to this day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Is there a cut that you're like, damn, I can't do that yet?
I can't do any of them. I can't do. I don't know how to do Audubon or a Prism or Boomerang. You know what? I'm still off. I mean, just listen to any of my cuts, and if you watch any show that I do with Q and D, I don't scratch like them. You know what I mean? I leave all the crazy shit to them because like they're just wizards, man. Like, you know, like as much as they try to show it to me, I still kind of go off of just ear. You know what I mean?
Right. By
Like,
feeling. Too.
Just like, you know, if
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm still like, to me, I still get moved off of like an Aladdin. You know what I mean? Like a swing style scratches.
Mm-hmm.
To me are the best. I mean, that's what gets me hyped to cut. You know what I'm saying? So, but
That's
yeah.
all you need, to be honest.
I mean, you know, I'll get it one day. But you know, for me, I think, I don't know. I just grew up learning funk first. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
to me, that kind of, like I said, transforms and stabs definitely show the personality of a DJ. You know what I'm saying? And not to say anything bad about the other scratches. I mean, the other scratches are dope. I mean, but like, I was taught how to do a transform, but everything, you know, turn off the sound. But how to actually have it sound. I mean,
You're right.
look, like, I still use this, man. I got this in the Philippines.
Oh, you got that from Damn Danny.
It's
I got
Trigger.
I got
Trigger.
Trigger. Yeah, Trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trash,
DJ Trigger.
I thought your fire alarm went out.
That's sick. Yo.
You know what I mean? Like, just, I rather,
Yeah.
that was my, you know, I'm still on that. Call me OG, call me dinosaur, but, you know,
Nah.
I don't know. It's just, I think it's just, I still like, I mean, you know, I'm on some head nod. I still like I just smelled shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Stank
and
face.
to me,
Yeah.
and to me, I you know, listening to a Joe Cooley or a Miz or a Cash Money or shit, even, you know, classic Cubert or Mixmaster Mike, the way they transform and the way they do stabs, you know, it's still
It's insane.
unmatched. You know what I mean? So,
So good, though. Yeah, I'd rather hear you than a guy trying to drill Boomerang. So
you know, I'm not gonna, you know, I don't blame any of the new school scratchers because, you know, I think there is definitely now you know, obviously there's a generation gap, and, you know, I'm sure like a lot of us who grew up in like the early 2000s, 90s, we grew off a lot of that boom bap stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, so we learned from hearing the primo. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Like, and, you know, I know a lot of the new cutters didn't really grow up on any of that stuff. So, you know, I mean, that's why I try to get it across when I still play out in front of a younger crowd. I'll play a little bit of that just so that they can hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Talking about the boom bap stuff, how did you come across Moro beats in the Philippines?
oh, I'm friendly with Med, my boy Med and Messiah. He's been the homie for a long time. But then, you know, I didn't realize that he put his kids and his, you know, onto everything too. So, like, you know,
It's amazing.
but I've been hearing his beats he's been doing beats for a long time, long time. My earliest gigs, I forgot what gig I did. It was with, I did a tour in Asia with Ali Shahid Muhammad and Maceo from De La, and we what do you call it? We were hooking up with Med. Med was coming to all our gigs too. So you know, it's the early days. You know, I'm just to see how they blew up. It's so dope. Yeah,
you like
But
the
yeah.
Philippines?
love the Philippines, man. I mean, you know,
Where's your
that's pretty
family?
much my.
Where's your
sorry?
family from there?
My mom's side is from Las Piñas, and my dad's side is from Malabon. So
Malabon.
pretty much Manila.
Yeah.
Sick.
But I always, you know, like whenever I do Asia tours, I'll fly to Manila first, and then kind of from there I'll branch off and then kind of just go whatever city I'm doing, and and then come back to Manila on the off days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just came back from also Asia. You did an Asia tour like a
Yeah,
couple
I was
months ago.
I was just in Manila.
Yeah, we were just in Manila. I was gonna say.
Yeah. So I was in I use my mom because my mom goes out there like for 6 months out of the year. She got a crib out there, and then she comes back home
Nice.
for the rest of the time, for the rest of the year, and then. But she's usually out there for her birthday, so I always try to make it a point to go out there during her
That's
birthday in March.
Pan de ube or pan de coco?
Here we go.
Depending on how I'm feeling, depending on what drink I have.
Ah, there you go. Never thought
If I
of that one
got
actually.
cafe or
Yeah,
Makes sense.
it
Yeah.
does totally make
Smart.
sense. Yeah.
Proper answer, bro. Proper.
Yes.
or does it go with my champorado? I don't know.
Right.
You need to yacht for that one.
Champurrado
Come on
to
now.
yo.
That's
Really?
what's up.
Yo,
That's the
there's a lot-
combo,
yo.
man.
I can't eat a lot of that shit anymore, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Damn.
You look good though, bro.
Thank
Yeah.
you, brother. Oh, thank you so
Speaking
much.
Yeah.
speaking of all that, bro, like your recovery is crazy. It's amazing. Like
Thank you, man.
big up seeing you progress, going like the video of you cutting like months after the fact. Like it's amazing, dude. You're so happy, so thankful that you're like good.
Block's making me laugh.
All right, let's go.
Tell her
Shout out
to-
Locke.
Okay. What up,
He said-
Locks? Shout
he
out,
said what
Locks.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
we're gonna get you on the
What's
show soon. We're gonna get you on the show soon.
They want to
Very
get you on the
soon.
show soon. They said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it is.
we gotta get boyfriend first though. For now.
Yeah.
Me first.
So, what was the secret? Was Lock the secret to help you recover faster? What's up?
There you go,
Lots of reason why I'm still here, man.
bro.
Hey.
Straight up.
That's
she
That's what's up.
she made the call in time, and yes.
Can't imagine, man. I'm glad you're
It's
still with
crazy.
us, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I'm grateful to still be here, man. I mean, it was a crazy time. It was a really
Yeah.
crazy time.
You have,
Yeah.
you have a crazy. Do you have like a managed diet or something right now?
Just trying to, I don't eat as, like my doctor was like saying like, you don't have to entirely stop what you're eating, like what you used to eat, but just don't go in. And I used to go in. You know what I mean? Like,
It's from touring and the late night gigs, man.
yeah, man. I mean,
for
DJ
sure.
lifestyle, like
For sure.
the gig's finished. What was the first thing everyone says? Where we going to eat?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
real.
You know what I mean? And it's like now I'm trying to like I don't as much as possible not try to eat after 7. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yo, that's
And then-
good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was 250 pounds going into the ER.
260.
Sorry, 260.
Yeah.
260. And I'm 180.
we heard that.
I'm 180. Thank you, baby. They heard that.
Loud. I think she's already on the cast. We don't have to
He's
wait.
already on the show.
She's
Might
already
as
on
well
the
get on
show.
here.
Might as well.
And then so that was 260 going in, and I'm 185 today.
Yes,
Nice.
Whoa.
Congrats, man. Excellent, man.
Hey.
Excellent.
So I'm trying to
Excellent.
get back to my 90s weight. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like 170 is like the ultimate goal.
Yeah, I feel.
And
you.
then also and come back with the fade.
No, I'm trying to go to
Like-
Pompadour.
Oh, you're not.
I'm just kidding. No, just
She said, nah.
No, you're
nah,
not.
no. My manager was like, he was, because I didn't have a haircut for 3 months in the hospital,
Right.
right? So I was like a chia pet, and then he looked at me, you don't have any gray hairs, you motherfucker. I'm like, I guess not. Like, oh man, you should grow your shit out. You know what I mean? Till your salt and peppers kick in. I'm like, oh, might as well, because people would love to have that kind of hair. I'm like,
Right.
so yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just grateful to still.
Yeah, man. Looks good.
Right on, man. Like the
dude.
beard have no
Yeah.
no salt and peppers, like
No.
cool.
Very
Shit,
funky.
I'm there, man.
Stress free, bro. Stress free. Yeah.
No, I mean, well, that's the thing about stress, man. Is that causes strokes, man. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to watch that shit now too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. Damn.
That's dope you're here, though, man.
yo, cutting, not really cutting because I couldn't really cut, but having a fader, one of those Cubert faders.
Yeah.
What do you call those again?
The fidget faders?
Fidget faders.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, did you see that thing I posted up on my IG where the little tool I had?
Oh,
It
yeah.
had, like, a piece,
Yeah.
it had a little piece of hold on, this right here.
Oh, that's old school.
I have. Oh, okay, yeah, I got something like that. Yeah.
Yo, if it wasn't for this and that fader, I would watch
Yeah.
my class. I would watch my class, my B Junkie online classes, the classes I taught.
Yeah.
I'd watch a replay and then kind of teach myself to move the record. Cause
No
yo,
shit.
the first month I couldn't even fucking spin the record back. I couldn't even do jigga jigga boom. I couldn't even do that.
Wow.
So and like to my hand, I had to do this to lift my hand and
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
cause
I feel you on
stroke-
that, man. Because I had a heart surgery like 2 years ago, and I couldn't move anything for 2-3 months, man. I was like, what the? I can't
Yeah,
cut,
but
man. What the? I was pissed.
I was pissed, and
I
I
was
was depressed. For like a
fucking
good
pissed.
dude. Like, will I be able to DJ again? Will I be able to scratch again?
For real.
Yeah.
Well, my manager brought my Rev 7 to the hotel to the hospital room. I couldn't even use it, man. I couldn't even spin the record back. Platter.
Damn.
Can you imagine that shit? I was like, that's how I was like, damn, I'm gonna be able to do this again. So, but
So how long did it take? Let's say, from the time when you're trying to go off on your Rev 7, and then just to get your muscle memory going again.
when I left the hospital, I still couldn't go on the Rev 7.
Wow.
So I was, but just like I said, just doing this every day was really helping a lot.
Yeah. Getting the movement.
So just being able to do the motion, you know what I mean? What's cool about this thing is, I'm plugging more. See that it has the numbers right there?
Oh shit.
So,
okay.
So that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
fret and then shh.
That's
There,
so
you know what I'm
sick.
saying? So being able to do that and kind of just follow along with the videos I was watching was like that hella helped me. I
Wow.
was, it gave me a better idea of just how to.
Was it a slow comeback, or was it like all at once, kind of one day, just kind of like, oh, I can do it again? It was slow
I think
comeback.
what it was too is a lot of the therapy. Like my doctors and therapists were like, it sounds stupid, but talk to your hand. I'm like, talk to my hand? Yeah, talk to your hand. Like, because there was a point I was frozen up and I couldn't even open my hand. I couldn't even do this.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I still was slow doing it. Like compared to this,
Yeah.
I'm still like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So just I'd be like, open up, and then fucking when it opened up one day. So.
Oh, that's
Ah.
Now I'm just trying to that's why if you see me DJ, like when I do my streams, I have to stop and just do do this.
Oh shit.
Kind of like just loosen up my hands, you know what I mean? Because this'll shit'll lock up.
Lock
You know what I'm
up,
saying?
right. Damn.
And then and to this day, I'm still numb from my shoulder to my foot, and to my shoulder to my hand, arm to my leg to my to my waist, all the way down my foot.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. Wow.
damn.
That's so
Yeah.
incredible that you're still able to pull all this out, though, despite being
For real, dude.
respect to your come up, man.
I'm thankful, dog. I mean,
Yeah.
just that feeling of not being able, like, will I be able to DJ again?
Yeah.
It's scary. That's what got me. I was like and then it made me think about a lot of shit. Like, damn, what the fuck did I do to myself? How did I get to myself to this point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, like, that's why the second time around, I'm just trying to do a lot better.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you on that the second time around, because once I got everything back, I started thinking about all the stuff I took for granted. And I just, you know what I mean? I just started thinking about what I'm grateful for.
Yeah, bro, the daily stuff. You know what I'm saying? Picking up a cup. You know what I'm saying? Going to the
Straight
bathroom,
up.
taking a piss, taking a dump. Like, be able to take care. Like, I couldn't do any of that without a nurse
Yeah.
helping me. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was cool one day too. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just get out of my wheelchair and just go straight to the bathroom. Yo, I straight fell on the floor in my bathroom. I almost fucking cracked my head open. So, stuff like that. Like, you just gotta really kind of watch it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
But like that first gig back after all that, how was the first gig back? What
oh
was it?
shit! My first gig back was Dante's Hi-Fi in Miami. I played a 45 set. It was, me and Locke just came. We just got off the Jamrock cruise.
How'd that feel?
It was good, man. You know what I mean? It was. I took it on because it wasn't a cutting kind of situation. It wasn't performing. It was more selecting and just DJing, doubles at most. You know what I'm saying? And playing in front of a crowd and being able to do that. It was cool. It was just a feeling of like, damn, I'm not 100% there. You know what I'm saying? I don't got that full I'm really moving a lot when I DJ. I'm dancing kind of, borderline dancing and stuff, but I can't even do that without having my left foot planted on the floor at all times so I don't lose my balance. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
As far as in percentage, how much percentage do you think you're fully healed?
65 to 70.
That's a lot.
Okay.
It's a lot. I mean, it's just better than anything
Right.
below 50, right? You know? I mean, like, a good example, juggling. That's hard for me now because since it's a brain injury and not, it's a brain injury and nerves. So when I see the markers in the middle spinning, I get dizzy off that shit.
No
Wow,
shit.
okay.
Yeah. So being able to go to do fucking bam, 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 I'll be like, whoa, real quick. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So shit like that, that still scares me to this day. But like, you know, with everything, it's kind of just relearning everything again. I don't know if you know. One thing I'm always trying to practice every day is you know, the Steve D 3Ds. Know what that is? What that is? I don't know if you guys. No, if you guys are familiar with his routine, any of his routine, he's there's no way that the crowd can sit down. No way the crowd can sit down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just like tripling up, and going down the line. That I try to practice just so I can kind of get sharp.
There you go.
But that's hard too because of the markers. So a lot of anything that stutters or just, you know, like, the big thing was when I first left the hospital and the first outing I did was in a supermarket.
Oh, man.
That fucked me up. 'Cause
Okay.
seeing little things and like just because, you know, can you imagine being if you're in a hospital room, all you see is like the clock and the monitor and the fucking sleeper, you know, the machines that are just wired up to you.
Yeah.
But then it's like that over sensory.
Yeah, it's sensory. Yeah. Sensory.
Overstimulation, they said. So that's what I'm kind of dealing with when I do my thing. You know what I mean? You know, when I practice, but you know, it'll get there, man. I think I'm confident.
For sure. I feel that too,
Yeah.
man. You see it.
Were you always spiritual or non-spiritual before this thing happened to you?
I'm not heavily spiritual, but definitely, I definitely thank God for every blessing I'm given.
Because I feel like God's like telling you, man, you got so much gift to offer, man.
Not ready to check out.
Yeah.
No.
I was blessed with another chance to, That's why I think everything I do now is like, second time around, don't mess up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do it the right way.
And also when this happened to you, it's so beautiful how the world came together.
Oh man.
And we were
So
just
blessed.
like, we were all like devastated. We were all stunned how it all happened, and then just like coming back and then just talking about like, sending positive vibes, the support, short.
Yeah.
You know.
And I felt it from all you guys, man. I mean, it's I've done I've done benefits and fundraisers for other causes and stuff, but when it's done for you, man, it hits different, man. It's like you trip out, and to get that much support from the community and just people out, reaching from all over the world, it's like I'm just thankful, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, sometimes I'm in my own bubble and I just do my own thing, but unfortunately, it takes something like that to make me realize, okay, folks are checking for me and they got my back.
Yeah, your circle is very strong because whatever we saw, it came to us fast. Mm-hmm. It's like we look up to you, man. You know what I mean? You're like older brother and shit.
No,
and when we saw that, at least when I saw it, I was like, fuck, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
hits home. For sure,
yeah, bro. I mean, that's the one thing. That's why I think I'm not trying to not talk about it. You know what I mean, like, because to me, I just need to bring awareness to folks. Like, it can happen to anybody.
100.
There's cats in my floor. So on my floor, I was the youngest, and everybody was 65 and older. But then there's some of them who are really fit. They're they look like they worked out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just so happens that you could just pop a vessel and it'll happen.
Right.
So I'm like, now I'm just trying to bring awareness to the folks. Like, man, no one's accepted.
Yeah. But we were saying also that not just, I mean, you getting that crazy support. It's not only because who you are, but it's who you actually are. You're a good person, bro. You're personable. When I first actually got to talk to you, like when you came down to the band that one year, and honestly, like you talked to me like as if we knew each other, like from the bat, and
Don't worry, man.
and I remember you just saying like, "Yo, where are we gonna cut? Where are we gonna cut after this gig?" I'm like, "Yo, this guy wants to cut," like But like, yeah, going back to saying that everyone supported you because you're a good dude,
Thank you,
and
man.
everyone knows it and sees it. So yeah.
My thing is like, they say that some people like don't meet your heroes and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna name any names, but there has been some certain cats like when I first met them, like kind of like they're kind of on that like, why should I talk to you kind of stuff. And it's sad, and I was, but seeing that kind of stuff like makes me feel like, okay, that's exactly how I don't want to be.
Exactly.
Because,
Short.
like,
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, to be honest, like I'm still on that kind of like, I don't really want to meet my heroes until I met you, D, and now even talking to Red on this pod. Like I was like, okay, cool. These heroes are actually cool. There's some heroes are actually cool. Like
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, yeah. I mean, I'm blessed to be friends with a lot of my idols, man. Like what I mean, like.
Speaking of which,
I can honestly say Jazzy Jeff's one of my close friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? My big brother, rest in peace, Clark Kent. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be known around the world. You know what I'm saying? By entering the new music seminar. You know what I mean? Like DJ Scratch, all the OGs, man. Like Yeah. I think that's one thing I love about DJs, man. Is we have definitely some kind of a camaraderie that doesn't, in hip hop or any kind of settings, like it's unlike any other. We're quick to like share the information and put someone up on something that they didn't know before. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
You mentioned about Jazzy Jeff. How's playlist, dude?
places, I mean,
Because it's like an invite
blessed.
only.
Yeah, Jeff handpicks everybody who gets to go to that,
That's dope,
and I'm blessed that I've been going to since the first one, 2014.
So,
And it's to be there with and what I love about playlists is it's you're at Jeff's house, so leave your ego at the door. You know what I mean? Everyone here is equal, and you know what I mean. And to be able to talk to cats like who produce just the most talented folks on the planet, that when you actually get to break bread and talk to them and hang out with them, they're just regular cats. Everyone's and it kind of brings everybody back to like when they first started. You know what I'm saying? Like. And when everyone's trying to figure out stuff, and I got to see the more producer world, and they got to see more of how the DJs work and stuff. So it's like, playlist is a great thing and I'm blessed. Jeff put I got chosen to be part of that, and Jeff puts that on for us, and I know he's trying to extend it to the newer generation too. So
That's what's up.
yeah,
That's dope.
man, playlist though. How long does that playlist go for? Anyways, Is that
It's
like a weekend only?
Sunday and everybody leaves Saturday.
Oh, whole week.
Whole week.
That's cool.
And we all eat together in the same tent. We all talk together. You know what I mean? Like everyone wakes up. If you're into yoga or some just kind of any fitness thing, everybody works out. And
That's crazy.
It's cool, man. Yeah.
That's really cool.
And then they have different forums, like we mental fitness, mental awareness. You know what I mean? Financial advice for everybody. It's dope, man. It's like that's one thing about being a DJ, man. And I'm sure you guys could agree with me when I say this. Is we're forever students of this shit. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I never see myself as a dinosaur. I'm learning. I'm not gonna know everything. You know what I mean? Like, it humbles you, man. It really does. It makes you feel like, damn. I wish I even just doing Twitch, man. Like for the past 5 years, I feel it's made me a better DJ because I learned so much stuff that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking, how often do you guys still do to your Twitch thing?
Not as much as I used to and want to. I mean,
Yeah.
I was on five. I was on 5 nights a week
That's right.
for the last 4 years before the stroke. So I was on it, doing it like just. I was keeping it consistent. 8 p.m. Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah.
I did a different genre of music every night.
Yeah, Sundays were my favorite.
Yeah, I would tune in. Those were fun.
That was nice.
Yeah, Sundays was like if you're with your family, with your parents, you can pull them up and I'll go yacht rock or if you're with your partner, just I'll play, what do you call it, slow jams.
Yeah.
But,
Speaking of
all the stuff I couldn't play at the club, I play on Twitch.
you play on Twitch, stop. Speaking of Twitch, don't ever come on my show anymore, okay? Please, because you always give
Come
me,
on,
the,
man.
bro. I get butterflies
No.
when you come on, dude.
You know what, bro?
Like as soon as you pop on, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be on for another 2 minutes, and I'm out. Like, don't.
Here's the thing. One thing you have to learn about Twitch too is you never know who's watching.
Yeah, I know you're watching. That's the problem.
No, but next time I'll make sure that I don't chat. You know, but I want to chat because I want to support you guys. You know what I mean? Like
I know.
All the homies,
So much.
all the homies that are on, I definitely want to show them love. And you know, I think, but you know, with streaming, I think it really helps everyone just be dope.
Yeah.
Be doper than they were yesterday. You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Definitely. And then this is one advice I got from you, and I keep telling other people the same thing that you told me, was like, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it, and they will eventually see you and hear you.
Yeah, that's all it is. And you know,
Yeah.
even if you got 5 people, treat those 5 people like 50 people.
Yeah. Or in my case, I got one, and it's you. And okay, it's fine. It's
Treat,
fine.
like,
Yeah.
treat me like 100 people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, no, just you know, it's like I said, like there's one time. What the hell was? I was doing one night of all Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, like all the production,
Right.
and then one night Jimmy Jam goes in the room and starts fucking. I'm like, yo, I froze up. I was like, okay, should I just stop right here because like I don't want to, you know. I don't want to do his discography wrong and then make him think I'm just fronting, like, you know. I don't want to be able to. That's why that made me a better DJ because okay, I'm gonna do a study all his production, him and Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis's production. I'm gonna see everything that they made and I'm gonna put it into a set. You know what I'm saying? So
Sick.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
just makes you want to learn how to be a better DJ, a better selector. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of selecting, you have that battle. Was it you that created? Was this your brainchild? Like getting all these samples set up for each guy to use in their battle?
Which battle?
Which is like
Battle
this-
Royale.
The Battle Royale.
Oh, the Battle Royale. Yeah. That's that. All the rules were pretty much my thinking because originally that was a battle that me and Rob Swift wanted to put on.
Okay.
You know, because you know in this digital world and you know not to shit on any controller DJs or even Serato or you know anyone on a laptop. It's just like, you know, and you guys know what time, you know, I know you guys were on the vinyl at one point. That raw shit just is not. I hate to say it's not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now, to me, that kind of separates the cats who kind of got that. I don't want to say it. It's so cliche, but you know, who got it. You know what I mean? And I wanted to bring that. I wanted to bring back that margin of error back to a DJ battle because then it shows like, you know, who can survive off a skip.
Right.
How you handle yourself if the shit skips. Can you play it off? How can you play it off? You know what I mean? Like, and then basically like who can you know, like, so one of the rounds, you know, so having it all vinyl, bringing that back, that head-to-head steez. I mean, even with DMC, it's kind of a lost thing because like not too many people want to enter the supremacies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with the Battle Royale, I don't know, it just brings back that raw element. Like, I encourage people to diss. And then even like, you know, because I want to go, you know, if it's a head-to-head battle, you want to go, like, what's
You're
your
right.
comeback from that, right?
Yeah.
That B-boy shit, it still keeps it hip-hop, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And then, like, even the one round that I have in the finals, where I have a crate, and it has all the most famous doubles you could think of in there. It's Time, Peter Piper, Rock the Bells. And then, you know, the one round when it was between Reina and Robert Smith.
Yeah.
Fucking Jazzy J, which was even a bigger honor for him to just go in there and like
Pick it up. Yeah.
dance to the drummer's beat. And they had to go off of that, you know what I'm saying? And like, so basically who could practice the dopest?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who could come up with the dopest shit on the spot? I mean, you know, it's that just makes it fun and it kind of brings back that equal playing field, you know what I mean? Like where, you know, you don't have the pre-recorded set where everything falls into place once you just hold the record and you let go. There's your one again. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
know, right?
like I said, that's a whole other topic we could talk about.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to shit on anybody who actually does that.
No.
You know, I know there's a big level of creativity that goes into that as well.
For sure.
I just come from the school of fuck it,
Yep.
and I miss the fuck it part of
Yep.
of battling and you know, making routines up and you know what I mean, that's just like playing shit off and you know, if shit skips, what do you
The improvisation. For
Yeah,
sure.
improv is everything.
Yeah.
I think, man. It just it shows your level in the game. I think.
Yeah.
You know, it shows you like, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry to get on. I don't want to be on the
No,
soapbox
no,
for
no.
that.
That's
No,
cool,
you're
dude.
good, man. I like talking about battle
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
It's always interesting to hear,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, man. I mean, you know, like I still watch battles almost every week to this day. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I watch a lot more classic battles just to get inspired. So,
yeah.
but I always like watching classic battles because to me that's just like, yo, how did he fucking get out of? How did he recover from that shit and just jump right back into it? Like, or I always call it like safe. Like, you know, if it lands on like the one, he's able to find it in time and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, just I miss those kind of things in battles. That's all.
Yeah, that rawness in battling is dope, like with your whole concept too, because it's really a skills test at that point.
It is. You know what I mean? It's like what works at home won't work at the battle. Your needle might skip. You know what I mean? Like I always say with 1200s, all 1200 shit, all turntables are not created equal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew that the first time I had my first major battle. I was in the new music seminar in New York. I went against Yoshi from Japan. First round, man, my needles, I had Stanton 500s, skipped. Worked perfect at home, but skipped. And I lost the first round. You know what I mean? So shit like that, like you just never know.
Yeah, so coming from that era, because I mean, it's different now, you know, we're all spoiled with digital DVS systems and whatnot. So
Right.
it's like, for a lot of us now, I feel like, I don't know about everyone else, but for me at least, it's like once you have that skip, it's almost discouraging, right? You kind of fold. But I know like the biggest thing is to try to just front and like fake it till you make it, you know?
Yeah.
But like when you were battling then, say for that example, when your 500s skipped, how did you recover from that?
Scratch whatever it's on.
Shit.
Look at Mixmaster Mike and when he won the world championship in '92, when he won the new music seminar. That's nothing but improv. Yo, 50% of all those routines were improv. When the shit was skipping,
Yeah.
he would grab whatever the closest head note or word that just had some kind of some length. He'd either fucking tweak that shit, stab it, or fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
That's
and that's what I mean by the raw shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
damn.
He
Zero.
would transform when he's looking for his sample when he's lost. It's still in motion. Like,
Yeah,
Or
and it's on beat.
Or as he's doing it, he'll just transform the shit
yeah,
out of
yeah.
that when he gets to that point.
and it sounds right. Like it
Yeah.
fits, right?
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, that's why I still watch OG DJ battles, because to me, that's like the rawest form of cutting, the rawest form of juggling, battling, everything, man. Like, you know, using the force pretty much, right? Like, just
Legit.
Yeah.
whatever the fuck happens. You know what I mean? Like,
It was really creative at the time, you know? Like wordplay was really creative using different types of like records. And then people were doing like the stuff like the scratch perverts were doing with feedback, and
Word.
what Kentaro was doing with like the rubber band. Or, I mean, it was kind of crazy back in like the early '90s when people were using like what's that called? Some guy had like a chainsaw, like old school
Oh,
DMCs.
yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? It was just wild. It was all like props and stuff.
yeah. A lot of the theatrics
Yeah,
were real heavy in the late '80s, early '90s,
Yeah.
right? And then until Q came along, that changed all that shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like ever since, you know, when Q and Mike won the second battle, their second championship, and Q was like straight sound.
Straight sound. It is. It is straight
No
sound.
punch. Well, no body trick, straight sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, that changed everything.
It did.
And Q,
did.
and Q feels like an idiot for saying that. He always said, I shouldn't have said that shit. I said, dude, I mean, you have to understand how influential you were at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you said at the time goes. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
look,
right.
look what followed after that. It just changed the whole culture.
Right.
So
yeah.
I always tell Q, like, yo, you should be proud of just, you know, change, because shit, what if he didn't say that?
Mm-hmm. It would have been like
It would
all
be- it would be, you know, who would do the best handspin on the 1200?
exactly.
No, this to Dave.
No,
Dave is,
but still, yeah, got you.
Dave is hella
Yeah.
cool. I mean, like,
Yeah.
but you know, just, you know, it's like I said, it's generations, man. It's you know, it's you know, everything changes as the years go by. So
Right.
But the one thing I do that I will be an advocate for battles is selection. That's one thing I think it's missing from battles right now.
Especially now.
Like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And sorry, pardon my French if kids were watch this, but like, yeah, seriously, because, you know, the reason why I got into battling in the first place is I loved watching someone flip a song that I knew.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's, you know, at the end of this, we're still all DJs, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, selection counts. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can't be surprised if like you do a performance that, for a bunch of people and you don't get the reaction that you expect, because you still got to do something that kind of like reaches out to them and something that they'll kind of understand. You know what I mean? So, and I come from the pickles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know. So we, always when we make shit up, we always try to think of, okay, this, how do you think the crowd would kind of respond to this? Like, would they trip off this part or this part? You know what I mean? Like, so but especially even when DJing, you know what I mean, or making up doubles, or making juggles. Like, I still think selection counts.
Yeah.
Because I want to see the next blind alley. I want to see the next SWAT routine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta ask you, Short.
Yes, sir.
All these influential beat juggles, over the past, like, there are a lot of older songs, boom bap, or even like R&B type stuff that's got flipped. I mean, with the music now, they've been saying like hip hop's kind of been in a decline,
Right.
As far as like top hits. I mean, with the music now, do you think, with your juggle background, do you think the music now, you think could be pulled off to have something influential? Because I feel like it's tough.
It's tough because the producers aren't making, not all producers. You can't really round everybody up like that, right? But the hits that are being made for the masses are not as like juggle friendly. There's no head note that we're looking for. There's no breakdown. There's no break. There's no drum break that we could actually, okay, I'm gonna break it down right here. And and even with wordplay, there's no braggadocious. Not like, well, at least something that's a little more understandable. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, at least we had Guru when Premier was making records. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I think a lot when juggling was really heavy, we looked towards the older records because it had all those elements.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It had those pockets for sure.
Yeah, definitely those pockets. So now the question is, do I find that with any of the new songs? I mean, there's still a lot of dope music being made. Let's not get it twisted. A lot of dope boom bap hip hop being made still to this day.
Right.
The only problem is it doesn't. The masses don't know about it.
Yeah, it's not as commercial.
Nor will the new. Yeah, and it's not commercial. So, and like the newer generation, will they want to reach out, or will they want to look for that kind of stuff?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. As much as possible, especially something like Twitch is perfect because you can play all that new stuff.
True.
And get it across to them. You know what I mean? Because like I said, you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one man. If I am even influence one kid in my room who's, because every time you go on stream, there's always one kid there's one new person in your room. So if you can influence them and be like, oh man, I didn't know anything about this music or whatever, then you did what you got to do.
It's really true. It's really true. You don't think you can make a juggle like Impeach the President juggle of yours, like with new music, like?
You possibly could if the drums were programmed right. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, we there's a lot of missing elements. Like for BJ, I mean, like the one that either has a strong head note behind it. That's the determines the back to back that you're doing. Bam, 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 put you know what I mean? All that shit. There's not that. I mean, maybe I'm just not hearing the right songs. But it's not as plentiful as what it was back then.
Right. Definitely.
So that's all there is.
Yeah.
But that's why I wish. That's why I hope for the future battles.
Yeah.
And for future beat jugglers to find is like, even if you're new, if you're a new school beat juggler, if you're a younger, like if you're a young beat juggler now, I would definitely push juggle the new shit, but look towards the old shit. I mean,
Definitely.
Have that balance, because like I always see, and you guys could disagree with me all day, but I think selection is the path to longevity in this DJing shit. You know what I mean? Straight up. Even if you cut, even if you juggle.
Right.
If you just DJ, I always say this, like, it's as an elder DJ, now it's my job to break, instead of breaking new shit all the time, I'm breaking classics to the new generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
It's true. Very true.
And I think that's important. So
Sorry, I didn't mean to go backtrack, but
no,
You were talking about like when Q was talking about straight sound and all that stuff,
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
know, bringing it out there. I thought that was so crazy and it was so amazing to watch when I first got to watch the Rocksteady battle, you guys versus the X-Men or Executioners. When you guys entered with no body tricks and then you were doing the no body trick, I was like, oh my god, these guys are actually doing this shit in fucking New York City. This is crazy.
I mean, you know, it was.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
clowning.
I still trip off that. But yo, that's the b-boy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And you know, and it's all in good fun. You know how it goes. I remember
too.
I remember though after the battle, after that whole battle on stage, Raider came up to me. Rest in peace, Raider. It's like, why are you dissing body tricks, man? I just told him, hey man, I'm fucking around, dude. You know what I mean? Like, he gets it. It's just b-boy shit. You know what I mean? Like. But it's but they got hype off that because if you see the one-on-one battles, they went on like we're gonna fuck these guys up and they fucked up. I think they fucking killed it.
They came hard. Yeah,
They came fucking like we're gonna let them fucking do this shit
right
here. You know what I mean? Like so. I mean, but like I said, man, that's one thing I love about battling, like especially.
I heard that battle was like hella late in the morning.
Yeah. That battle started at like fucking 7 p.m. and it ended at like 6 in the morning.
What?
Well, no, sorry.
Real
The battle ended like at 2 or 3, but then the individual battle, the second part of the Piklz versus X-Men battle, went until like 6 in the morning.
God.
Shit.
How'd you even have that energy, bro? That is
I
insane.
didn't. I
that's
was tired as hell.
nuts.
I was so tired after that battle.
And this was in a club?
No.
No.
Oh, no, it was. I'm sorry. It was at a
It
club.
was. Wow.
It was at a club. Yep.
I heard there was a story that it was really hot in that room.
Oh yeah, it was
I loved
steaming. I mean, I remember that clearly too. It was, man, that was a tiring night because I was taking score from all the judges that night. So just to have to go down to the floor, take everybody's scores and tally it up.
Oh my god.
And then have to worry about the battle right after that.
Oh
my
my
battle
God.
with the X-Men, like,
Oh my god.
damn man. But yo, I'm glad we did that battle. I think
Yeah.
it was during a time, especially when the East Coast West Coast shit was going
Mhm.
crazy between MCs.
Yeah.
Tupac and Biggie shit was going on. Like we definitely wanted to show like, look, with the DJing shit, it ain't like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we did that, and I'm honored to be that we were part of that. That I was part of that battle with my idols. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then I was going. I always say this: I'm on the team with who guys I looked up to back home.
Yeah.
But then I went against a bunch of guys who I got my style from.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was a little overwhelming, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
This is
But
the
that was-
most epic battle ever.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. It is.
It was, yeah.
Historic.
That
Historically.
Yeah.
was historic.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was
That's
it
the
was.
one.
It's just and to be in the spot that night when that happened, man, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was like
You
just
can
the
hella
energy was-
tell it was
Yeah,
East
it was
Coast, West Coast too. This music.
Mhm.
These, the style, the
Yeah.
sound.
100%. 100%.
and it was just like, but like everyone got the same love though, which was dope. The both
Right.
both
Right.
crews got the same love in that room,
Yeah.
which is dope. And then I'm glad that even Crazy Legs are like,
Yeah.
here's this is just an exhibition. They're from
Right.
Zulu. They're from Zulu. This is
Mhm.
family. But we're just doing this for y'all for some hip hop shit.
Definitely.
Like hell yeah, like
Yes.
and that's why we said yes to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
With that routine, how long do you guys practice for the
3
Clowns of
days.
Death routine? Huh?
No way. Quit
No.
playing.
so we were coming back from tour in Switzerland. I remember this clearly.
Did you
We
say
had to
3
come home.
days?
He
3
said.
days, yeah. So me and Mike me on the way home, like, dude, we only have fucking 3 days before we go to New York and fucking battle. Like, yo, let's just fucking lock ourselves in the Q's studio, and we just fucking made shit from like literally from the morning to like night, and we just did the same
Good
thing.
lord.
That's me and Mike were sleeping on Q's couch, and we're just like just getting up early in the morning again, and just like everything that we had, we just put it together. You know what I mean? Like little pieces. Like Mike came up. I got this lyric right here. I got the the NWA phrases.
Yeah.
What's up, suckers? All that shit. And like yeah, all that stuff, and like the flare had just come out too. Oh no, the crab just came out. that was when me and Q were like, ooh, the crab was like, let's. So that's right. If you watch that battle, that's the first time you saw the crab.
Wow.
Me and Q were doing it. Like I was doing it during my solo during that fast part.
Yeah.
And Q was doing it during his shit. So
The crowd was going nuts. Like, what the hell was that?
yeah, it was it's some b-boy shit, man.
That is.
I think it was such a legendary time too. You know what I mean? Like DJing was just so like it was bubbling like crazy. You know?
I still watch that battle, man. It's so good.
Yeah, I still got to watch it at least once a year. You know, that's cool. On Twitch, we had, I don't know if you guys saw it, but we had a reunion. It was Rob and Sinister and me.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right. That was dope.
We just talked about, like, we had to freeze, we were watching, it was kind of like a watch along, and we would freeze it, like, yo, Short, freeze it, because I was controlling the video, like, yo, Short, freeze it right there. Yo, what you guys do right there? Like, and I was, we're kind of like,
that's cool.
I was asking them, like, Robin, what was on your mind when you guys were doing this? You know what I mean? So it's just cool to see it, you know.
Do you have a clear version of that video?
No, we don't. I mean, just, whatever the VHS was is what you saw. You know what I mean?
Right. But I had a dub of a dub of a dub, so like I couldn't even see anything. I just heard it.
And even when you hear that, like I'm surprised, it was still done real dirt style back then because like no one, I think Alex Aquino, the head of IT at the time,
right.
He just hired anyone who had a fucking video camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And didn't think about recording it from the mixer to
audio,
something.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which would have been dope now, especially to this day. That would have been dope to see a real clear copy of that. But it just kind of adds on to the mystique of that whole battle because it was just is the most raw shit you'll ever see.
There's this one video, I don't know where y'all are at, but it was like you guys are practicing with the X-Men, and I swear that was the first time Q shows the crab to everyone in the video, and everybody's tripping out.
Is that must be this warehouse? It was, I think, Yoga Frog's DJ crew, his mobile crew's warehouse. Yeah,
that's a epic video, man. And I remember watching that. It was going everywhere, like passed around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was being made at the time. I mean, that's what I miss about that era, man. Just, everything was. I think even Chris said it best. Like, during that era, like anything that you just saw new was like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
it blew your head. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
On that video, I think he was doing his making me itch routine.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the wah-wah pedal that he was
the wah-wah pedal.
I don't know if before any of those videos, before any VHS, before any DMC or New Music Seminar battle, have you guys seen the battle of Q mixing for like 15 minutes straight?
No.
Send us the link.
Dude, so there was a battle, there was a local battle in '89 that he was in. And it was, there was a sound system battle.
Okay.
And so it was his sound system, Lifestyle Productions, and I think like 5 other crews. I don't know if you guys know about that whole era. That's where I come from.
Yeah, right.
And people, that's how we would battle. We'd be in like one big ass hall.
Mm-hmm.
There would be like 5 separate sound systems, and everybody gets like about 20 minutes each. What he did in that set, which I'll give you guys a link to. To me, that's all we had to watch on VHS back in the day. We didn't have it. I didn't know anything about. I didn't even know about that DMC existed in like 1990. I didn't know. But watching that video, I would watch that religiously after school every day, and all the techniques that Q was coming up with that we still do to this day, like just fucking fades, stuff like that, and but him just flipping records, amazing, man.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
Yeah, it's dope. It's really dope.
He had his turntable set up the way you like the Duck Rock style, right?
He didn't. Duck Rock is where the mixer's in the bottom of the 2 turntables.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
So he had his mixer, turntable.
Right. What's that style called? Do you know?
I mean, people call it Philly style. I didn't even know anybody in Philly. I didn't know anything about the Philly scene yet. I just know that mobile DJs here in the Bay Area had their coffins set up like that. Like these are homemade coffins. Mm-hmm. So they like, that's how I learned. Like the guy, the mobile DJ crew I was part of, our setup was turntable, mixer. It was a 19-inch. You know what I mean?
The rack.
Yeah, rack mounts. Yep.
That's crazy. I want to watch that.
Yeah, I'll send the link to y'all, man. It's pretty dope.
I wonder if I'm thinking of the same video. Is it like where like he was like wearing like a white kind of shirt and like his hair's poofy?
Yeah, he had a pump. He had a
And like he had a tail too or something. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think I've
I've
seen that
seen
one.
a
He's like just
clip.
going off.
Yeah.
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 Like if you study that, like I said, I studied that video. I could recite that routine from beginning to end,
Wow.
and just because I remember exactly all the like, what the fuck was he doing there? You know what I mean? Like, but it was just really like intricate stuff. I mean, especially for. I remember I showed that video, and I know Q was kind of fighting me on it. He didn't really. He's like, "Don't show that." Like, I said, "Yo, you got to show this to like, we're in Azerbaijan for the Red Bull Freestyle World Championships, and I showed that like there was like a little kind of clinic between all the DJs who were in the battle and all the OGs in the room.
Right.
Like Jazzy Jeff. It was the first time Jazzy Jeff was watching it, Bastard, and they were all like, "What the?" You know what I mean? Like. But just ahead of its time. You know?
So besides Aladdin, Cash, and all those cats, Miz, those were who else were your inspiration? You know what I mean?
A lot of the mobile DJs out here, like the mobile DJ crews. There's a crew called Ultimate Creations, and they were like the rock star crew because they were the guys who had everything anviled out. While everyone was still on carpets, they had anviled. Amp rack. Like, it was like a proper like concert looking thing. You know, so the mobile DJs back in the days here, who started in the late 70s, they were into metal and disco.
Right. Okay.
So they wanted to replicate what was going on at the metal concerts. That's why they'd fucking make their own pyrotechnics. They'd put fucking flash powder in a coffee can and throw a match in it. So you can just, I mean, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And just that ingenuity of just making shit up, like making, you know, like there was no DJ stores. So you can buy a coffin but just seeing all that stuff, like going to my first like garage parties as a kid, like with my older cousins, and seeing how the DJs would set up in the garage. And, you know, mind you, it's a small ass garage. It's like not bigger than your dining room, maybe. You know what I mean?
Right.
But to be able to set up like a little mini rock concert set up in that room just to see the DJ, like it made the DJ look larger than life. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just watching stuff like that. That's why I'm still such a junkie of this DJ shit, because. Just, you know, that's what made me, you know what I'm saying? And all those guys inspired me. And one of my biggest inspirations is DJ Apollo.
Crazy.
He was my mentor coming up in the scene. He's the one who put me down in the club scene in the Bay, who introduced me to all the older cats. When I first I don't think I was in the pickle yet. But, you know, he taught me about like selection and, you know, and how to play for crowds and how to mix it out of records. You know, don't play the song too long, shit like that. And he was pretty much our Kid Capri.
Yeah.
You know, he was the man. Still is to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Is he still on the deck?
He's still on the decks, but like, you know, he's you know, of course life happens. He's a daddy now, so it's like, you know, he's handling his. But, you know, me and him are gonna perform at the DMC USA championship this year.
San Francisco. It's back at. Yeah.
I think we're gonna do a Fortress Table mix.
We're trying to come down. We're trying to come out to that one.
Oh man, if you can, that'd be dope.
We'll see.
But, you know, just to, you know, just kind of bring back that kind of element of just. Oh,
What was that?
who's that?
Sorry, that was my phone. It tells me when my phone's charged up.
Okay. Shit.
Gassed up, sir.
Yeah.
That's high tech.
I like it.
I've never heard of that before. My phone
High
don't say
tech.
that.
High tech.
I like it.
Hey,
That's crazy.
Short, do you have any new DJs that you really like DJing with, like when you're on tour or
I'm a big fan of Reyna.
Reina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's dope.
I mean, he's you know, and here's the thing. All the dope DJs, in my opinion, right now, their dads are DJs. I think that's the upper hand that a lot of these new kids coming up, like a K-Swiss,
True.
like a Reyna. All their dads are DJs, so they have a selection in the back of them. You know what I'm saying?
Floyd Mayweather bonus.
All they have to do is have their dads hand them records. You know, one of the sickest DJs that in my opinion right now is Kid RC.
Yeah.
Yeah, from San Antonio.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Because his dad's a DJ too, so
Right.
and he still does mobiles and he plays different things. You know, he has to play like, you know, different genres, older genres, but he's always, you could tell like I said, I'm big on selection, so that, you know, when if you have a certain ear and like a selection in your routines, I I'll rate you high. You know what I mean? Because it's like it shows me that you value selection first before everything else. Because you know what I mean? Like scratching and juggling, that's our spice. You know what I'm saying? We all don't scratch the same. We all don't juggle the same. But selection is like, everyone has the same records, but it depends how you play those records. You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
that's why I think it's, I always think that's for me personally. I'll speak for myself. I'm a selector. I'm a DJ first and foremost before I'm a scratcher or beat juggler. But then I still, I still take pride in my scratching and juggling because that's how I do it. I try to be different from the next dude. That's all it is.
That's right.
So,
That's what's up.
Never really thought about that. Like if their dad DJ and then they inherit all these dope deep records and
oh man,
never really thought
Dude,
of
look
that.
at K-Swizz, bro.
If you come in, you come into it. That's why, like, it's almost you got to give those guys a handicap because
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Because like, if you come into the scene already with a record selection,
Arson.
Yeah, exactly. And you have someone older than you to
Yeah.
teach you. But that's how I came up though too, man. Like I had older friends who put me on my like when I first got into DJing. My friend who taught me had a brother who had DJ equipment, and he taught me before I fuck with my shit. You better learn how to mix these two records together. I'm like, huh? Mix them together? I didn't even know what that was. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, don't double beat. Like, it has to sound like it belongs together.
Right.
And you gotta.
It makes me think like, cause like the Beat Junkie, you guys as Beat Junkies school, those kids, man, do they have their dads and parents? Are they parents DJs too?
Some are. But the thing is good about that too, man, is that I love how the guys are teaching down south because it's really like what we all came up on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially notably Babs and Rhett and Mr. Chalk. Like the way they teach, I've been able to sit in on a couple of their classes. Like it's like wow, that's dope. Like I wish I had this growing up.
Right.
For real.
To really learning like that, like the if you're in this situation, what do you do next?
Yeah.
And that's the guys cover that shit. So I think that's really dope that they're covering all the areas, the essentials.
Do you guys teach outside DJing, like meaning like managing how to manage yourself or how to run finances and type of shit, you know what I mean?
No, we don't. I mean, that's one thing. I think that's why there's there's a playlist, and like the thing I just came back from in Pittsburgh it was called the Level Up DJ Conference, and they did all that. We're like teaching about like finances, taxes, mental health, physical health, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that we don't talk about as DJs. You know what I mean? But it's all essential to know.
Definitely.
But yeah. But it's that should be taught though.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I mean, like just hearing like we're just talking about like the dope kid DJs are usually stemmed off from their parents who were DJs in the past, and I think that's what's really cool and really great about the Beat Junkies school or Institute school is that they're being taught right, like they are being raised well, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think all those scenarios, besides just techniques, you know what I mean? All different parts of it, like, if you're at the gig, what do you do when you're at the gig?
Yeah.
How do you get out of this part? You know what I mean? Like, how do you deal with this? How do you deal with that?
Yeah.
I mean, and also with our online classes, I was teaching, there was times where I didn't teach any techniques. I just taught like about playlist organization.
There you go.
Or pointers of like, things you do. Like I wish I had it like sketched out better, but I did it with a dry erase board. Like what do you do when you get requests that you can't, that you don't have, or you deal with? How do you answer it? And stuff like that. So just DJing scenarios 101 kind of thing.
Yeah. That's crazy.
No, I respect what you guys do, man.
Thankful, man. Thankful for that. Thank you.
Hey, Short, wanted to ask you, man, like you've had a long, extensive DJ career. What's one of your top 3 memorable moments?
My first world championship. New Music Seminar 93. like coming out of high school that year, going to City College of Frisco, being able to take out my first, that they had those tents for credit cards.
Yeah.
So I applied for one, got one. I blew that whole thing on my first trip to New York. Plane ride, hotel, just because I got accepted. You know what I mean? Like they got 1,000 entries. I got accepted. Like hell yeah, I'm gonna blow my whole fucking credit card I just got on that. And just to be able to walk around in that at the music seminar and just see people like, walking through the thing, you can meet premieres just walking by you, and
Wow.
you know what I mean, and like, that battle was in the front row was Bambaataa, Theodore, Flash, sitting down, and Herc, just like this, like really intimidating. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but it made you feel like, damn, I made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
That's
stuff
crazy
like that.
because that's how we feel about watching you at NAM. Like that's exactly how we feel.
For
Yo,
real.
That's crazy. That's like, yo.
Yeah.
Yo,
Facts.
man. I mean, I'm honored and humbled that you guys look at me that way. But I'm just like, yo, man. I got my shit hooked up in the crib. I love just. I'm a bedroom DJ at heart, and that's why I never forget where I came from as far as like how the struggle. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we love you, dog.
And
That's
and
why
the
we
hustle,
love you, bro.
and the hustles. You exactly. You guys know the hustle's real, man. Like so it's if I could put the cats who are younger than me on game, then I feel like I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean?
You're right.
I'm
That's
doing
what's
whatever.
up, man.
So-
That's what's up.
But yeah, man. Other memorable things. Probably another one was that Gap commercial I was in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a sick commercial.
Wasn't it with Rob?
Yeah.
And
Also
Shannon
Rob Stewart.
Sossaman.
Yep.
Where's the link?
She
I haven't
was
seen
my-
that.
She's my crush for the longest time, bro. Oh,
Yep,
my God.
she's fine. Man, go
Shannon's-
Google it, dude. She's
bro.
40 Days
Shannon
and 40
Sossaman.
Nights. She was in that movie.
Or watch first or something last night.
Nice Tale.
First night.
Or Nice Tale. A Nice Tale.
Oh yeah,
Nice
that's
Tale.
that's right.
Yeah.
A nice
just-
tale.
Yeah, but that was a we filmed that at Universal Studios, and it was a trip because how many times I've been on that tram that goes around. The studios. But then I'm actually at one of the studio things.
Yeah.
With the garage thing.
Right.
And I see people walk, and then I see those buses passing by, and I'm the one going like. I should have filmed that shit, man. That was so funny.
No.
That was pretty funny. But just being on that commercial was dope because we fought for a lot. Me and Rob had to do a lot to fight for us, to like the original sample we wanted from John Coltrane didn't get accepted. The family didn't clear it.
Okay.
So we had to find another song, and then on the scratches that we did on it, we wanted to make it as authentic as possible.
And it did.
Because we know that they weren't gonna have us do it live, but we had to mimic it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had to teach Shannon how to do it too, because just even a simple digga release.
Well, she
We
was
had
a
to teach her.
she was a DJ though, no?
She was a DJ. She was a rock
She was a
DJ.
DJ before. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, she was
a
a
yeah,
rock
I heard about
DJ.
She was a rock DJ, and rock DJs is pretty much press play, but not really. It's pretty much, you know what I mean?
I did a deep dive on her because she was like my crush, but like she was discovered by Cameron Diaz. Like she was DJing at a party, and Cameron Diaz saw her, and then that's how.
There you go. You put me up on the game. I did not know that.
I stalker alert, but yeah, something.
Okay, Short. So, out of all the accomplishments you've already done, are there any more that you still have to accomplish?
Yeah. One more.
Yeah.
Album.
Yeah. An album.
Yeah.
I'm
Please.
making up an album. Just I've been just dabbling in that right now, and we're trying to finish the next Piklz album. So
Right.
I think that's definitely just get my discography up is definitely my next goal for my whole thing. But man, I gotta plug this as my number one, bro. Being on that LL Cool J tour, that was the best thing I've ever done in my whole life. Man.
Sick.
To be able to be on that, I'm thankful to Jazzy Jeff for putting Questlove
Yeah.
for putting me on there, for recommending me to be on that, because to be on that tour, playing at different arenas every night, and playing on the roster of all these people's music I've played all my life, but I'm on tour with them now. You know what I mean? So it's that was pretty amazing, man. I would say that would be
That's
on
super dope.
my number one experience of my whole
For
career.
sure, dude.
If we made a scratch EP or LP, would you want to be on it with us?
Let me know.
Let's go.
I'm down. Let me get my 8 bars in.
Just go.
Or 16.
32.
Whatever. Yeah.
Scratch hook?
Yes. Or Scratch Hook, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Well, that's the thing too with Scratch Hooks. Like, it's so hard to find phrases for Scratch Hooks.
It's tough.
Because
Nowadays it
and,
is.
nowadays, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, that's, and that's why I think it's unfortunate with the. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not as involved in the scratch scene as I used to be, but like as far as for turntable songs, I mean, that's our thing. That's how we do a lot with making this new album for Piklz.
Mm-hmm.
Is finding like the right things that fit with the song that we're creating. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And not making it sound too dated with something with like, I mean, even saying word right now is such a old thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when
So,
we say it.
So, but we still say it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but just find those elements, man. Like it's that's where the selector part comes in.
Definitely. Hey, Short, we're gonna get you to come back another time. Like,
Yo,
we need
I'm
you.
down.
We're not finished with you, bro.
Yeah, we're not.
And
Yeah.
we're not. There's
I'm
so
good,
many
bro.
more questions that there's a lot of things we want to ask, but
I'm always
before-
down to nerd out. I'm always down to nerd out with you guys.
yo,
so,
thank
yeah.
you. Yeah. So before we leave, can you run us through with your stage diving experience?
Yes.
Yes.
That was fun.
Because Red kind of broke it down.
I did it
and-
twice.
You did it twice. Where was it? Santa Monica?
Red did it 3 times.
Okay.
Well, I did it once in Santa Cruz and once in, I forgot where we were. We're on tour. It was the word of mouth tour with me. With the Junkies, Dilated, and Jurassic 5.
Right.
I forgot what city I did it in, but I remember we both did it in angles. Like I was on one side of the stage, he was on the other side, and we just kind of.
Cross.
Wow.
But Red was like, "Fuck, I'll do it again and again."
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
Yeah, but that's my first time just stage diving. Yo, it's a rush, man.
That's
And we did
great.
do it during Work the Angles.
Yeah.
That was dope. Because everyone was all hype already, just jumping up and down, and we're like, that's when we jumped out.
Yeah, because when Rhett was talking about or telling us a story, you're saying that when you jumped the first time, you didn't even. Your brother was on tour, right? I take it, or was there?
My
Yeah,
brother
and
was with me,
and he was like, when he saw you jump, he's like, "Kuya."
Yeah, he wasn't even. Oh my God, he wasn't even. He was still like not even a teenager yet.
Oh shit! Imagine seeing you do
Like, he
that.
was just
That's
tripping out,
crazy.
like, oh shit, like, look, it's crazy.
How many siblings do you guys?
I have 2.
Tight.
2 brothers. And then that brother is actually, he's just dabbling in DJing. He's on the controller,
Yeah.
but like, he gets to go. He was with me last night. He just go to my gigs.
That's so
So
cool.
it's good. Like I get influence. And my next younger brother, he plays guitar. So
Sick.
Sick.
Musical.
I'm glad that the music runs in the family. You know?
Yeah. Sick.
That's dope.
Well,
Yeah.
once again, thank you, Shortkut.
We're all
Man,
good.
it's humbling to have you on our show, dude. Like, this is actually monumental for all of us to have you here and finally get to do this interview with you. We've been wanting to do this for a while, and thank you for jumping on, bro. Thank you
Thanks
so
for having
much.
me, y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And
Thank
keep
you.
this and keep this going because this needs to be. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I think the fact that you guys can do this, we could all hook up like this and
Yeah.
talk about shit like this.
Yeah.
We don't have to wait for a plane ride and meet somewhere at another gig to do
Yeah.
this. You know what I'm saying? That era. So like, if as much information that you guys can share, man,
Yeah.
keep doing it. Straight up.
Right. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for joining us for this Skratcher Podcast. You can find us on all music streaming platforms as Skratcher Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Skratcher, and of course, Instagram, SkratcherNet, and Skratcher Podcast.
What up, y'all? Shortkut, Invisbl Skratch Piklz, Beat Junkie Sound, and you're chilling on the Skratcher Podcast right here with my Skratcher family. Salute. Big up everybody around the world.
Peace.
Thank you. Thank you, Short.
Thank you so much.
What up, y'all?